I'm Alex Marlow, editor-in-chief of Breitbart News, here with Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, the Turning Point Student Action Summit 2020. Senator, it's great to be with you. You gave a terrific speech, and we'll have some coverage of it at Breitbart. And you started with something that I wasn't anticipating, but I absolutely loved, and that's some actual science about the mask mandates. You broke it down in a very clear way. Talk to us about it.
It'd be one thing if we were told you have to give up your liberty, you have to give up your freedom, we're going to save your life. But what if you have to give up all your freedoms and they're wrong on the science? Every one of the mandates, and you look in country after country, state after state, and you look at when the mask mandates went in, the incidence went up exponentially after the mandates. Restaurants, nobody can eat in a restaurant. There's no science behind any of that. Middle seat missing on the airplane, you really think you're like 12 inches from the other guy instead of 6 inches. It really makes a difference. None of it really makes any sense. And there's no epidemiological evidence. You know, it's like, wash your hands, stand 6 feet apart. There's no evidence that slowed down I think the trajectory of the virus it hasn't been altered at all by any of these things. I think the vaccine will, and this is why I really despise people like the CNN Dr. Gupta, who I think is committing television malpractice by saying, oh, your mask is a much better thing than the vaccine. Well, no, it isn't. The masks aren't working at all. The thing's going through the roof and people are dying. Why would you want to discourage someone from taking a vaccine and say, oh, wear the mask? And the masks are different too. The N95 mask actually does work to a certain extent if worn properly and use sterile technique. So in the hospital, our doctors, I have a brother and a sister who are doctors, they wear the N95 mask and it's kept them from getting infected. But there's no value to the cloth mask at all. It's like wearing your underwear. You might as well cut your underwear up and wear your underwear for protection. It doesn't work.
That's why I call it a face diaper. That's why. So you've got a public who has accepted this, though, by and large, because we've been told by everyone we have to accept it. Have we lost track of the Constitution? Have we forgotten about the Constitution?
Well, that's why I like this youth group here. What are they asked to give up? They're being asked to give up their graduation from high school, their graduation from college, their wedding. And if we're not careful, it's going to be their 5-year wedding anniversary or their 10-year anniversary, and we're still going to be wearing masks. If Fauci has his way, you'll never give up on the mask. It's all about submission. They want you to submit to their will, whether there's any science. And in fact, like on schools, I've been telling Fauci for 6 months, the evidence is that if you open schools, you will not get a surge. The whole world accepts it, except for Dr. Fauci, and he finally accepted it last week, 6 months after I started showing him the evidence.